Megyn Kelly is at it again, and she's still mad. I never known someone to get a payout like this. I mean, how many tens of millions of dollars did she get from NBC? And she's still mad. Only in America can this kind of privilege have something to be so angry about. This time, Megs is mad at Caitlin Clark over her acknowledgement of white privilege. She made the comments. Here's what Megyn had to say.
What does Caitlin Clark do? Like this woman who's a superstar. She's the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. The players of the WNBA can't stand her. Why? Because she's white. It's abject, absolute racism. It's total racism. All really we want to hear from anybody about this is thank you. Thank you to Caitlin Clark for making our league relevant and so on. But instead, she's been bullied repeatedly by the players in this league. She's been assaulted physically. And what she says is she feels the need to acknowledge her white privilege. Basically, she's sorry she's white. She feels really bad about it, though, so you should give her a pass. And then she makes a point of saying the ones we really need to be celebrating are the black women on whose backs this league was built. It's true that most of these black women have been bullying her and want her to understand it's their league. Hello, you don't own the league. Blacks don't own the league.
Ooh. She is coarse, isn't she? Megyn Kelly, among a handful of prominent right-wing commentators, expressed disappointment in Caitlin Clark's recent comments about white privilege. I mean, what was she supposed to say to Time? Santa is white? Would that have been fine? That's okay. Just say, co-sign on that and leave it at that, but don't say anything else groundbreaking. Don't learn anything. I don't know who Caitlin Clark really is. Maybe a publicist told her to say it, but she said it. It was, I think, the right thing to say and acknowledge. By the way, she's not the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. There are some incredible players. She has a lot to learn. She is good, though. She is good and she is tough. And by the way, she's not the one complaining about being assaulted. It's called a rough foul. And some say it was justified. Others said it was flagrant. But anyway, getting in the weeds. I'm getting in the X's and O's. This is not necessary, okay? We're not designing a pick and pop. You remember that play? Rarely used in the NBA anymore. Drawing back to my sideline days in the NBA. Do you know the players would tell off the coach and do what they want in the NBA? It's not like football. They say, hey, go in there. They say, I'm good. And just sit on the bench. I saw it with my own eyes multiple times. Anyway, here's what Caitlin Clark said that upset Megyn Kelly. Clark is cognizant of the racial underpinnings of her stardom. I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege, says Clark. Is that even groundbreaking? No, but it's appreciated. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. She has some responsibility for the sport she loves in the league. The more we can elevate Black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing. Time magazine. I'll read her issue, not the other one. I take it back. I don't think she did have a publicist write it. I think that sounds very passionate and from the heart. That's what I think. I don't know. I don't know Caitlin Clark. Megyn Kelly would go on to post on X, writing, look at this. She's on the knee, all but apologizing for being white and getting attention. The self-flagellation, oh, please pay attention to the Black players who are really the ones you want to celebrate. Condescending, fake, transparent, sad. Say it in the mirror, that last part, Megyn, is what you need to do. Despite Clark's acknowledgement of her privilege, there are still plenty of fans who took issue with her being named the Athlete of the Year when gymnast Simone Biles had a banner 2024. As usual, social media didn't mince words while expressing themselves. I like Simone Biles. I like her story, too. I learned more about it watching her personal story. I didn't know half the things she'd been through and her family. And she's a great one. They're both great. Who cares, right? One user wrote, by winning nothing, white privilege at its height. Simone Biles broke Olympic records, but Time named a woman who won nothing as Athlete of the Year. I mean, I think that there's a point there. Okay. And that's not against Caitlin Clark. That's a systemic thing that this social media user is pointing out. Another online poster wrote, Time not giving Athlete of the Year to Simone Biles or Katie Ledecky is a choice. Flowers to Caitlin Clark, but she'll have this opportunity in other years while these women likely won't. One ex-user wrote, I feel like I'm in a fever dream because how did she get this? As another replied to her, white woman whose team did not win a championship, while Simone Biles excelled in her sport. The argument for Biles is compelling. 27 years old, she dominated the Paris Olympics, securing 3 gold medals, 1 silver. Furthermore, her athletic resume is unprecedented. 11 Olympic medals, 7 of them gold, and a total of 40 medals across world championships and Olympic competitions, more than any gymnast in history, male or female. Our friends at Atlanta Black Star with that, oh yeah, that little asterisk, that little detail, most decorated in history, in Olympic history. I think they make some strong points. The story, though, has many twists and turns, Fran, depending on what you want to focus on. Megyn Kelly is beyond a mean girl. She is a rich, crotchety Scrooge of a woman.
See you next Tuesday.
It's just, thank you. And we rarely reference Tuesday.
No.
But I have to say, I'm not going to say, no, Fran, Tuesday all the way. I'll let you take it away.
Well, I mean, let's put aside the nomination, the selection of, Caitlin Clark for Athlete of the Year. The Time magazine just had Donald Trump as Person of the Year. So I don't think we should be looking to Time to tell us who is notable and who is not. They're just trying to remain relevant. But Megyn Kelly and so many other racists out there are so mad that Caitlin Clark will not be their Kim Kardashian with 3 Ks. Like, they're so mad that Caitlin will not rise to being like, the Aryan princess who gets mad at all the black women around her, because all they want to do is make her this massive victim of so-called reverse race. They don't even call it reverse racism. They call it racism, right? Against white women. And she doesn't go along with it. And not only does she not go along with it, she's openly expressing her solidarity, her respect for the black women who, yes, in large part built the WNBA and whom are her colleagues and her fellow athletes. And that makes a Republican racist skin crawl, because they could never, they don't see themselves. Every time they think to congratulate a person of color and support them, they think a part of themselves dies. They think, why can't I have that? Why can't I be that? Why do they get everything, right? That's their small little mind. That's what the racist mind does. Caitlin Clark rises above. Caitlin Clark is like, I will not be your white nationalist Barbie doll. I will not be your emblem. I don't need that. You all need that bag. You need the racist bag. I don't need that bag because I make money.
Yeah. Anytime you win, I'm losing. That's the mentality, You deserve something that somebody else should have. I once had a co-anchor on one show actually say to me, she didn't even realize it, and I knew I wasn't going to be in that city very long, so I didn't clock her tea or anything. I didn't even clap back. I just said it in my head, what a fool. And she said, the only reason I didn't get the job they brought me in to be the main anchor was because, I'm not black. Couldn't ad lib. Forget about breaking news. I had to cover all the time. She'd stammer and stumble and bumble around, not know the facts. You just can't be the main anchor of a show. You earn your money when the prompter goes down. There's no prompter. You have to see and say with the audience. She couldn't do it, but she couldn't recognize that. She saw her losing. And then when I left and she lost out on the job the second time, she demanded a trade, if you will, and opted out of her contract. But anyway, it's just my long way of saying what you just said.
Yeah.
It's just this is ridiculous. And why is Megs still relevant? She has no shame, no self-esteem, apparently, as tough as she tries to act and bully others, because she's allowed herself, or perhaps this is who she was all along, to be bullied and tormented by Trump. And now she's his biggest cheerleader, sitting down with him sometimes asking.
And she thinks she's so cool because she like drops the
Yes.
F-bomb on her stupid show. Like,
That's
you're so
great.
pathetic. It's so,
Yeah.
as a comic who like,
Yeah.
you know, people use the like swear words as crutches. And it's like, ooh, Megyn Kelly said the F word. Like, wow,
Yeah.
she's crazy. And it's just like, I don't understand who wants to watch that show where you're just sort of angry, and she's always talking about, look, I support women, but
Yeah.
this woman, and it's literally every single segment is, I support women, but this is my problem with this woman, and I'm gonna tear her to shreds in front of a all male panel. Please help me weigh in. And they're like, I don't know, girl. I don't think I hate women as much as you do. It's just, it's amazing.
It's amazing. I was thinking as you were talking, and I always love the background. It reminds me of like that kind of you're a comedian doing a special. And I thought, wouldn't it be great? Because I know you could handle it if Megyn Kelly came to one of your shows and started to heckle, just to give you the opportunity, just to give you the opportunity to make her part of the show.
I effectively try to do that on Piers Morgan when I'm on, but yes.
Yeah, I remember that clip. I still go to that clip sometimes for inspiration. Okay. Ha ha, Piers. He got you, baby. You got him that day, Fran. But it is what it is. Megyn's going to be Megyn. And sadly, the rest of us still have to sometimes encounter her.